Heartland Highways is made possible in part by Sarah Bush Lincoln Health System, dedicated to providing care for all and creating healthy communities in East Central Illinois, offering general and specialty medicine, including a regional cancer center, heart and lung center, orthopedics and sports medicine, a center for interventional pain, and a full complement of diagnostic and rehabilitative services. Sarah Bush Lincoln, trusted, compassionate care. Just ahead on this week's edition of Heartland Highways, we're headed to the great outdoors. Come along as we tour 4 nature centers in East Central Illinois.
We'll take you to the Douglas-Hart Nature Center in Mattoon, Ballard Nature Center in Altamont, Anita Purves in Urbana, and Rock Springs in Decatur.
The Rock Springs Conservation Area opened in 1975, and it's an area that comprises 1,343 acres. A wide variety of habitats. It's the largest conservation area that the district owns. For this particular area, when people come and they hike at the Nature Center on the trails and they get down along the Sangamon River Valley and they're into the hills and valleys with huge oak trees that are 200 plus years old, they're amazed. They just stand in awe at what is right here in their own neighborhood that they've never discovered if they haven't had the chance to get out and visit like that.
Learn more about how nature centers preserve and protect the natural beauty of the region while providing a fun and educational experience for people of all ages.
So don't go away, nature awaits next on Heartland Highways. Hello and welcome to this week's Heartland Highways. Today it's all about nature centers, and we're here at the Douglas-Hart Nature Center.
That's right, and this place started with the dream of Helen Douglas-Hart. An adventurer and nature lover herself, Helen wanted to leave behind a legacy for others to enjoy, so she set aside 33 acres of land for preservation.
That was in the 1960s. Today, the Douglas-Hart has over 60 acres of prairie, wetland, and forest habitat.
Over 30 years ago, in the midst of a rapid development period, adventurer and nature lover Helen Douglas-Hart had a vision. She wanted to create a place where people could come to experience nature in its purest form. So she set aside 33 acres of land outside of Mattoon, Illinois to be preserved. This created what would become her legacy, the Douglas-Hart Nature Center.
The goal of our grounds here is to showcase the 3 main habitats of East Central Illinois, which is the prairie, we're in the Grand Prairie area, the woodlands and wetlands. So we have 70 acres of restored habitat. We have 35 acres of woodlands that you see behind me. We have over 20 acres of prairie, and we have a 12-acre wetland area and a pond for people to come out so they can experience the natural areas that existed before there was intensive development and farming.
Helen's legacy now encompasses over 60 acres and offers plenty of things to do and see for children and adults alike.
Walking the trails is always a wonderful activity, but while walking the trails, there's lots of things, birds, natural, the flora and the fauna that are here, different times of the year. In the spring we've got the woodland wildflowers. During the summer, in the fall, the prairie is just blazing with color. They also, at the pond, you can feed the fish. We have binoculars available if you want to come out and walk and do some bird watching while you're walking. And then we have extensive programming, educational programming for children, a lot through the schools, but we do programming that's open to the public. You can come out and participate in a wide variety of things that we have available for people to do.
Douglas-Hart is all about the hands-on experience, and one place to explore and learn more about nature in East Central Illinois is at the Visitor Center.
We do have live animal exhibits. They are species that you would find out here. Tiger salamander, we have turtles, a fox snake, which people really see, and oftentimes you can't actually see them when you're out here. They'll be hiding, but those are species that you would typically find in this area, and all of our exhibits are meant to be really explored. Our tagline is experience, understand, appreciate, and that's really it's kind of our guiding philosophy. Is everything we do, we really encourage people to get involved and actually do the activities so that they experience it and understand it.
The best way to experience nature is to check it out firsthand. Douglas-Hart offers events and activities year-round for those who want to get their nature fix anytime.
We would just love people to come out and visit, come any time of the year. We have things going on. We have an absolutely beautiful library and with an observation area where you can watch the birds. Often we'll have families come out and we have games where they can play Connect Four, Monopoly on a Sunday afternoon. It's a great way in the wintertime to still be able to enjoy nature in a nice, comfortable area. There's a fireplace in there. It's very, very, very comfortable. But we have something to offer all year long. Come out and walk the trails and just enjoy the benefits of being outside. There's so many, in addition to learning about nature, there's so many health benefits of just spending time outside. Just spending time out in a green area can help reduce stress, reduce, blood pressure. So it's really a very positive experience for people to come out and enjoy no matter what the weather is.
If you'd like to purchase a copy of any Heartland Highways program, visit our online store at weiu.net. DVDs are available for $25 each. Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express are accepted. If you prefer, you can call in your order at 1-877-727-9348. Just let us know what show you're interested in by mentioning the story name or person featured in the show. Please allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
Like the Douglas-Hart, this next nature center is named for the person who had a vision to create a place where everyone can come to explore the outdoors. Just outside of Altamont, Illinois, along U.S. Route 40, we made a stop at the Ballard Nature Center. One turn off the highway and it doesn't take long for the sights and sounds of nature to set in. Ernie Ballard was a nature lover who wanted to share that enthusiasm with the community. He donated 210 acres of farmland near Altamont, Illinois to the local Soil and Water Conservation District. Realizing the land would be better served as a nature center, a nonprofit organization under the direction of Ballard was formed, and soon after a nature center bearing his namesake opened to the public.
And even before he had donated the land as a nature center, he was allowing people from the community to come on to the land, and he had made trails himself and people to use trails and churches to have picnics. And so he was very, truly generous man.
Building upon the conservation work started by Ernie, the Nature Center began to take shape and officially opened in the year 2000.
It was still in row crop.
Yeah, we had a lot of ag land yet, So there was a lot of restoration work that went on. Prairies were seeded and wetlands were dug, and then of course the visitor center, all that construction and stocking it with all those wonderful displays. Of course, a lot of that has come after the grand opening.
In the 3 years between the opening of the center and his death, Ernie was involved in the center's operation.
Actually, he would come pretty much every day. He would come to the Nature Center and he would come into the office and he'd look at the calendar, which school is coming today. And then he'd love to be here when seeing the kids go through the exhibit room and going on the trail. It just, you could tell he was just in heaven seeing that.
Today, the Ballard Nature Center welcomes school children and visitors all year round. 6 miles of well-maintained trails meander through different ecosystems of woodlands, restored prairie, and the wetlands. A kids' fishing pond is one of the center's newest additions. Fully stocked, the 1.3-acre pond is handicapped accessible and features places to picnic and enjoy the scenery.
I've seen people come out and sit at the pavilion and do artwork or just
read a book.
Yeah, read a book.
Picnic.
Couple lawn chairs up here and just relax.
The Visitor Center has displays for all ages and is a good place to begin your Nature Center experience.
There are both professionally created displays, like the Southern Till Plain display that is a group of photographs that are lighted from behind so that it's absolutely beautiful. There's a fur display that's been done by professional taxidermists. But there's also displays that have been done by volunteers for us, and ones that the staff, Karen and I, and a volunteer have created. An example of that is the periscope that I had the idea of, it would be neat to have the kids understand about underwater if we had a periscope. But I had no idea how to develop that, and Mr. Mike Clack, who's one of our best volunteers here, created it out of stovepipe and mirrors and bicycle handles, and it turned out beautiful, and the kids absolutely love it. And then there's the bird watching window that we need to mention. That's a favorite of very, very many, with a water feature outside, and we feed the birds, and the windows are mirrored so the birds can't see us, but we can see them.
Through tours, summer camps, and other programs, the Ballard Nature Center helps to foster a love and appreciation for the natural world.
We try to encourage people to develop the skills by which they can learn from nature. So we teach them observation skills and critical thinking skills. And one thing that we really try to do is be very enthusiastic and show joy for nature ourselves, and hope that's contagious for our groups that visit.
Admission to the center is free, and the grounds and trails are open every day of the year from dawn until dusk. Visitor center hours vary depending upon the time of year.
Nestled in the heart of Urbana, Illinois is the Anita Purves Nature Center. The center is an environmental education facility and is free and open to the public. Just outside the front doors is Busey Woods, a 59-acre forest preserve that has seasonal ponds and plenty of scenery. You've probably heard the term oasis in the city, maybe even right here on Heartland Highways. Well, I couldn't come up with a better fitting description for the Urbana, Illinois Park District's Anita Purves Nature Center and adjacent Busey Woods.
Center is part of one of the facilities of the Urbana Park District, and it's open free to the public to come and explore the world around them, specifically Busey Woods, which is the woodlands behind me. We have exhibits inside for the public to come and explore. We have an observation room, a gift shop. We do programs. So for today, you're watching one of our school programs where area school children come to us and extend their classroom experience outdoors. It's an area where people can just come and explore what the world around them has to offer for them.
One thing it has to offer is the unique story behind the 59-acre Busey Woods, which feature 2.5 miles of hiking trails and a boardwalk trail.
Well, Busey Woods is a remnant of a big wooded area called the Big Grove that grew along in Urbana and Champaign where the settlers came. And it's the only one open to the public. The other remnants of this piece of property are owned by the university and are research facilities. So you can come to Busey Woods and explore what the world looked like when the settlers were coming, the types of trees that there were. We also have seasonal ponds. These are ponds that fill up in the springtime and dry out during the summer and fall. And those are pretty unique. Those are not something you'll find very often. We have an ecosystem that's both prairie and forest, and so you can compare the differences of those because those are both prominent features in Illinois.
And if you prefer to take a break and head inside for a while, you can continue exploring at the 10,000 square foot Anita Purves Nature Center.
The kids were in our field station, which is a look at the things you might find while hiking in one of the Park District's natural areas. So they saw bees, we have a live bee exhibit, they saw some snakes that are native to the area, they saw some turtles that we use for our programs, and then we also have 2 screech owls that are injured that we have to do programs as well. But they also had drawers that they could open and learn about rocks and seeds. They had microscopes that they could look at and see things up close. There's an interactive television screen where you can make decisions about taking care of the woods or the prairie. So there's a lot of hands-on activities, and we really explore or encourage the public to come and visit often because we change those exhibits pretty often.
We're finding a tea.
There's a lot to see and do at the Anita Purves Nature Center and Busey Woods, but it seems that most visitors tend to take away the same sentiment from their experiences here.
I think what they like is that it's hands-on, that they can actually touch things, they can go from inside the building and outside the building and see a relationship between it, and that the seasonal changes are pretty dramatic. Right now we're getting into fall, so the colors are starting to change in the trees, the seeds are falling out of the trees, and so you can look and see what those things are. Come back in another month and it'll be a totally different look in the woods, and I think that's really fun for people to see those seasonal changes up close and personal.
The center and woods offer several events and programs throughout the year. There's also no cost to come out and take in all the outdoors you can handle year-round.
The Nature Center is funded through a museum tax. It's about half of our budget is covered for that, and the rest is through fees and donations. And so we do have to charge fees for some of our programs, but then we also have a lot of services that are free. It doesn't cost to come visit us, and we are open Monday through Saturday, during the weekday from 8 to 5, and on the weekend on Saturday from 9 to 4. And people can come all year round.
Our final Nature Center destination takes us to the southwestern edge of Decatur and the Rock Springs Conservation Area. Now, Rock Springs is actually part of the larger Macon County Conservation District, which is only one of 5 here in Illinois. Concerned over the expansion of roadways and commercial areas, the residents of Macon County wanted a way to preserve their natural areas. So in 1966, the Macon County Conservation District was voted into existence. With a primary mission to preserve natural areas and to educate the public, the district now manages about 3,200 acres. These areas are spread around the county into 5 different sites, with Rock Springs being the largest.
The Rock Springs Conservation Area opened in 1975, and it's an area that comprises 1,343 acres, a wide variety of habitats. It's the largest conservation area that the district owns. For this particular area, when people come and they hike at the Nature Center on the trails and they get down along the Sangamon River Valley and they're into the hills and valleys with huge oak trees that are 200 plus years old, they're amazed. They just stand in awe at what is right here in their own neighborhood that they've never discovered if they haven't had the chance to get out and visit like that.
Rock Springs has 3 different ecosystems to explore: the forest, the wetlands, and the prairie.
As you drive in, you pass through our largest prairie area here, and it is reminiscent of those tallgrass prairies that the pioneers passed through when they headed west through Macon County. We also have forested areas, which were found primarily along the streams in Macon County, and you see that here. The river is just beyond us. And then we also have wetland areas. You know, a lot of the natural wetlands disappeared throughout Illinois when the fields were tiled for agriculture. But we do have some along the river, and we've got a fairly large one when you drive in the park road to get here.
And the majority of the areas that the Conservation District owns were similar to what they are now. The prairies that we have pretty much been reconstructed. We have had to plant those with a variety of grasses and flowers. The woodland areas were pretty much what you see, although we've tried to make improvements with those. We utilize fire as a management tool, both in the woodlands and in the prairie. And the wetlands, some of those have actually been constructed and built from where there wasn't a wetland to creating one.
First-time visitors to Rock Springs may want to make a stop at the Nature Center for a tour of the Eco Center. This interactive museum focuses on educating the public on the natural treasures of the county. There's also aquariums with live animals, a theater, and a window on wildlife.
It's a second-story view of the forest behind the Nature Center, and we've got feeding stations out there, and sometimes there are turkeys and sometimes there are deer, and there are almost always songbirds.
The 1,300-acre outdoor classroom of Rock Springs can be explored year-round on 9 different hiking trails. While out on the trail, you can't miss the towering pine forest. Planted in 1959 as a Christmas tree farm, 5,000 trees were planted in straight rows, but few were ever harvested. Although not native to Illinois, these trees make for an impressive view. In the winter, trails can be used for cross-country skiing and snowshoeing, with rentals available at the Nature Center. There's also the paved 3.74-mile Fairview-Kiwanis Bikeway that connects Rock Springs to Fairview and Kiwanis Parks in Decatur. In addition to nature, Rock Springs also focuses on history. First, it's the home of the Rock Springs Ground Squirrels Vintage Baseball Club. This group plays the game following the rules and customs of the 1860s and hosts other teams from Illinois and neighboring states. Their field is not far from the Homestead Prairie Farm. Costume interpreters take visitors back to prairie life in the 1860s. Sitting on its original site, the Trobaugh Good House is restored and furnished to the period. The site also includes an heirloom garden and a woodworking shop. In addition to restoring and managing natural areas, education plays a key role in the mission of Rock Springs. Schools use the center for annual field trips, and events for the public are held throughout the season. Rock Springs and the 4 other sites managed by the district offers a close-to-home getaway, a place to explore nature, enjoy the scenery, and appreciate the natural treasures right here in our own backyard.
And it's right here within minutes of people's homes, especially in the Decatur and Macon County cities. That's not far away. There's a conservation area within 15 minutes of all places in Macon County.
Well, that's all the adventures we have for this week's show. And you know, if you can't make it out to one of the nature centers we featured in this show, maybe you can find one in your own hometown.
That's right, nature centers are just a great place to get out and explore the outdoors. We'll see you all next time. Heartland Highways is made possible in part by Sarah Bush Lincoln Health System, dedicated to providing care for all and creating healthy communities in East Central Illinois, offering general and specialty medicine, including a regional cancer center, heart and lung center, orthopedics and sports medicine, a center for interventional pain, and a full complement of diagnostic and rehabilitative services. Sarah Bush Lincoln, trusted, compassionate care.
Nestled in the heart of Urbana, Illinois is the Anita Purves Nature Center. I was just gonna start it over again.
Double nestled.
it's really nestled in there.
Don't cut her off. Don't cut me off, man.
Gotta have my FaceTime.
Cut her butt.
Inside this 33 acres for people. Yes, she did.